started with Alex, and we'll start with Johnny to his left.
Yes, Alex, can you talk about being up 2-0 now, and how big an advantage is this?
I mean, at least we know if things don't go well in LA, we're coming back. So that's good. We played 2 good games today. Tough one, you know. They pitched well. We put some good at bats. We pitched extremely well. David was amazing, and then the bullpen did what they've been doing during October, and now we're up to them.
And Ron, second row. Pete, second, third row to your left.
Alex, how much do you think Price's start in the LCS kind of led to the start tonight?
Nah, you know, he's been throwing the ball well. He had the tough one against the Yankees, but the first start against Houston, George hits, you know, broken bat double, and then we don't finish a play, and then Marwin hits a home run. But he threw the ball extremely well. Then, you know, he pitched great in Houston, and today he was amazing. You know, he was missing his spots by not much. He was pitching to the edges of the strike zone. Good fastball, good two-seamer, good changeup. And like I said, you know, like I said in Houston, I get it, you know, the numbers and all that, but this guy's a great pitcher. He's been one of the best pitchers in the big leagues for a while, and he cares. And you know, in a personal note, I'm very, very proud of him, very happy for him that now, you know, he can keep pitching. Like he said the last time, you know, there's not going to be questions in spring training about David Price in October. He beat the Houston Astros in Houston. He beat the Dodgers here in Dodger State, in Fenway Park. So I'm happy for that, you know, because he deserves it. This guy works. He cares about his teammates, and like I said before, he's one of the best pitchers in the big leagues.
And the second row to your left, Ron.
After watching it up close all year from the dugout, what makes Fenway Park such an advantage for you guys?
It's the passion the fan base has. That's something that I was looking forward when Dave called and offered me the job. I know this is a special place. They live baseball 24 hours, 7 days a week, and that's the cool part about this job, this team. You know, we show up every day, and if you need motivation, you go out there at 6:45 to stretch and run. I lived it when I play here. They'll get you going. One thing that has caught my attention in October is when whoever is starting, they walk to the bullpen around 6:30, 6:35, or 7:30, whatever, half hour before the game starts. You know, standing ovation, and the fans, they go nuts. And I think that's really cool. And they were into every pitch. 2 strikes, they stood up. Madsen came in, and he was wild, and they were screaming, and they were loud. Sometimes we take them for granted, honestly. But they showed up yesterday, they were amazing. They showed up today, they were great. And I know there's going to be a few people in Dodger Stadium that they're going to be cheering for us too. But we travel well, so it should be fun.
We'll stay there with Ian.
Alex, how big has Nate been in the 8th inning the last 2 nights, and how does this kind of impact how you use him in LA?
I don't know, we'll see. Rick is starting game 3. Never know. Like I've been saying all along, we're all in every day. And if we feel that there's a chance to close the door with them, we'll use them. You know, the way it's mapped out is Rick in game 3, and maybe Nate game 4, but Nate might come in the 8th again. And if we have a chance to be up 3-0 with him on the mound and Craig, we'll do it. And then we'll figure out game 4. Well, that's the beauty of the playoffs. It's actually fun because you know, you map out everything over 162 games, and you give guys rest and take care of guys. But now it's like pedal to the metal, and whatever happens that day, we'll take it. And he's been amazing for us.
Well, first row on the left.
Hey Alex, going back to Price, given his history in the postseason, which you touched on, but also just his history in Boston the last couple of years, what do you think it means for him to kind of have this moment, this game, sort of, the fans cheering him as he walks off the field? What does that mean to him as a person?
You gotta ask him that. One thing for sure, I trust the guy. We trust him. We love him. Since day one, when we had that meeting in Fort Myers with Chris, Sandy, Jackie, and David, one thing I told him, is moving forward. They did an outstanding job for a few years, winning the division, all that, but I was struggling in October, and I'm the new guy, so I was like, hey man, I respect everybody that was here. I really, appreciate, what they did for me when John, and when he was here in 07, 08. But we have to move forward. Whatever happened last year, it really doesn't matter. We're here for a reason, and he's been outstanding. He's been outstanding. I'm very happy for him. He was amazing tonight, and he was into it too. I don't think he liked the fact that I took him out in the 6th. I tell you that.
Fourth row.
Alex, ningún equipo ha desperdiciado una ventaja de 2-0 en la Serie Mundial desde 1996 en 10 instancias. ¿Qué pasa por la mente del dirigente sabiendo que va para la carretera luego de ganar los 5 juegos que ha jugado en la carretera en esta postemporada?
No, que lo único que tenemos asegurado es que si no nos sale las cosas bien en Los Ángeles, tenemos un juego 6 aquí. Eso es lo único que tenemos ahora mismo.
And Dave Lennon right there.
Alex, I think you've scored more than half your runs this postseason with 2 outs. I know you guys were good at it during the regular season as well. What makes you guys so good at that, and how demoralizing is that for another team when you guys can strike like that with 2 outs?
It has to be tough. One thing in the playoffs, and we talked about it before we started, get the leadoff guy out, don't give up 2 out hits or runners. And we've been doing that to the opposition, like you said. Putting the ball in play in those situations is very important. I said it a few days ago, and I'll say it again. We live in an era that 210 with 30 home runs and 70 RBIs is acceptable. It's a good season, and we don't believe that. There are certain situations that a strikeout is not just an out. And we put the ball in play, and they did again tonight, and that's why we won the game.
Bill Forrest back at the left.
Alex, David has been pretty gracious about, I don't care, I could lose every game that I pitch in the postseason as long as the team wins the World Series. Can this team win the World Series if that happens, or do you need him to pitch the way he has been?
With David?
Yeah.
David is a huge part of what we're trying to accomplish. He can say all he wants, whatever he wants to say, but he's important. And we rely on the starters, we do. What he did in Houston and what he did tonight, we needed it. You can go to bullpen. It's good to go to the bullpen, but you got to be careful, And when you get 6, 7 out of your starters, then everything kind of like it's like domino effect. Everything falls into place, and without him going 6, it was going to be tough tonight.
And to your right, JP.
How close were you to taking David out there in that 4th inning, and what was the key to him going perfect the 3rd time through the order?
I mean, the stuff was good the whole night. It's just a matter of the guy good hitters, and they seems like they made some adjustments. The 2nd time through the lineup, started laying off pitches inside. He wasn't getting that call. He kept going to a 2-seamer in to righties, and they were close pitches, but they were called balls, and seems like they started looking for off speed down in the zone to change up. But I was close, I mean, we feel that if we keep them in check there, we're going to score runs, and he did an outstanding job.
David's righties will do 2 more. Buck. Oh, no. Yeah.
Alex, you said a few minutes ago that David was really into it. Can you share some examples of that we may not have noticed on the press box?
Yeah, I think that's the first time I've seen the whole season when he went to the umpire in between innings, after the 3rd out, and kind of like let him know how he felt about the strike zone. You don't see that often, and when he did that, I was like, okay, cool, and even in the 6th inning, probably he was thinking he was going back in the 7th, but you could see him, he got the last out, and there was a smile, kind of like, yeah, I got it, I'm good, you know, like, I'm in control. But at that time, the manager decided to take him out of the game.
Two more quick ones, Marley and Johnny. Johnny, go ahead.
Alex, can you talk about the job Joe Carey has done the last few days?
I mean, so we had that guy early in the season, and then he struggled throughout the middle of the season. In September, he made some adjustments, and the stuff started playing again. But in October, he's been lights out. Breaking balls for strikes, good fastball, good changeup, presence on the mound, and I'm happy for Flacco. He's been, you know, he's been tested the whole season. At one point, you know, he went from being the guy in the 7th, 8th inning to just a guy in the bullpen, and now he's back to the equation. And you know, when Joey's throwing strikes with all his pitches, he might be one of the toughest relievers in the big leagues because his stuff is that good.
I'll finish up Marley.
Alex, ¿puedes hablar del trabajo que hizo David Price hoy y también del trabajo que hicieron tus relevistas?
No, excelente. Atacamos la zona de strike de la manera que lo habíamos planeado antes del juego. Utilizó la parte de adentro del plato contra los derechos, buen cambio y los mantuvo en control. Tuvo bases llenas sin out, solamente anotaron una carrera. Hizo tremendo trabajo. El bullpen, excelente. Han hecho el trabajo en octubre. Hemos utilizado distintos lanzadores y todos han hecho el trabajo, así que sumamente contento con el trabajo que hicieron.
Alex, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a good night.